What's up YouTube? Leon here, and today my next big playthrough is Killer 7, and probably the main game, or the game I wanted to play this October. And Killer 7 is one of my most respected games ever. Probably my most respected game. I really like this game, and it's funny to think of it because I probably haven't beaten this game yet. Well, as a matter of fact, I did not beat this game. I did get halfway, maybe a few years ago, and I just stopped playing it. But man, is this game like unsettling in the best way. So what is Killer 7? It is I would probably call it a on-rails survival horror shooter. I think that's probably the best way I can really describe it. So without further ado, let's just get into this game and get ready to hear the worst sound in this game. Man, that sound gives me chills. That laugh is amazing. But we're gonna play on normal because it has been a few years since I played this. I'm also playing the GameCube version as well. So I'll kind of let the cutscenes play out. But look at this. Look how amazing this is. This is super unique. So our first target is Angel, and I'll get into the story and the characters once I hit the gameplay. Man, does this game hold up visually. It's so nice to look at. If it's one thing, Suda51 and Capcom, match made in heaven, because Killer 7 is such a unique game. There's nothing like it.
It's me. So, you there yet?
You mean this shithole?
That's where they all hang out. Our information tells us that there's 14 of them.
And they're all for hunting.
Nah, keep one alive so we can ask who the boss is.
Anything else I should know?
Nah, not really. You'll know when you see them. They're, different.
Will do.
Well, may the Lord smile.
And the devil have mercy.
Alright, so how's that for an intro? Intro to the level. So I don't need to know the controls. I already know how to control this game. But everything is so unique. It's ridiculous. I can't even say words about how cool this game is and how unique it is and everything.
You don't want to go any further. It's dangerous. My friends are all dead. They were all murdered by people that look like this. I have been chosen.
Oh, shit. There's more than 14. Those bastards are breeding.
Now, if you haven't played Killer 7 or know what it is, this is probably super confusing to you. Why did my character change from Garcian Smith to Dan Smith? And that's because the Smiths are split personality. Garcian, I would assume, is the original Smith, and what he is an assassin. We're sent to go assassinate the our first dude. So this is Iwazaru. He's pretty much your guide. He like tells you what to do. He tells you if there's something dangerous or whatever. But he is just really weird too. Now I don't know too much about the story as well. I just know that you're an assassin trying to assassinate these people. There's these enemies called Smiles, which we'll get into. Let's see if there's anything in here. So this is pretty much your save room. It's your save and upgrade room, so let's just get a save really quick. I don't have any save files yet, because this is a new, fresh game. So yeah, each of your personalities, you have like a split personality thing. That's why you can change from different characters, and each character has their own abilities and stuff. So I'm actually gonna change characters here. So these are the characters we have that we can change to for right now. And as I was saying, they had different abilities. So Dan is pretty much a powerhouse. He shoots really slow, but damage per bullet is very high. I'm gonna switch to the Khan, which is the fast character. He has dual pistols, and he shoots really fast and reloads really fast. So that's perfect for me. So as I was saying, this is an on-rails kind of game. I can't move or deter myself from this. And here is the actual combat, which is in first person. So I have to activate a scanner to be able to see these enemies, which are called Smiles. And I kill them before they blow up on me. Isn't that cool? Oh, he's pretty much like the scaredy cat dude. He's just afraid of everything. So yeah, so the combat works when you hear a laugh. You should be aware that there might be an enemy somewhere, because these enemies are invisible or kind of invisible. This is Travis. He's another kind of apparition, I guess. He's around and he kind of helps you out too. He gives you hints. So here's Iwazaru again. This guy's a true freak. Kikazaru. Alright, so he's pretty much talking about blood bullets, which are just more powerful versions of our... It's like a power shot, essentially. And this is pretty much a tutorial for soul shells, I think. Or blood bullets. I don't know if they're two different things. The enemy design is just ridiculous too. Alright, he's just gonna talk about like enemy spawner. There's a smile right over there. Dang it. Alright, so this enemy over here spawns spawns these dudes. He just drops eggs and there are just enemies inside him. There's a reason why you have to farm them as well. So you have to farm these guys to be able to destroy the actual spawner, because we need blood bullets. And the only way to get blood bullets effectively if I can hit these weak spots. So every time you scan an enemy, you can scan for their weak spot and be able to get charges for your blood bullets. And I don't think this guy can actually shoot blood bullets. I thought everyone was able to shoot blood bullets, but I can't with the con. So as I was saying, we gotta use Dan here. And not die. And have a fully powered blood bullet shot. Oh, and almost get hurt. Again, if this is your first time seeing Killer7, this is a lot to take in, I bet. It's pretty overwhelming how weird this game is. And you kind of just take it for what it is. It's just like a really weird game. And I think this is Suda's best game, probably. And I think that's partly because Capcom helped them out as well. This was a Capcom developed game, but was directed by Suda, so you have all these weird stuff with it. If I could shoot the weak point, it's actually pretty hard to control. And you can actually upgrade your characters so their aim is better. And because this is a Suda game, what you purchase things with is of course blood, because reasons. Just like useless information. So yeah, these enemies are probably one of the most creepiest enemies in a game. I don't know if that was the correct sentence. If that was a good sentence. So yeah, pretty much just imagine an invisible enemy who looks like that, who can just latch onto you and explode. That's pretty much the character. Again, the aiming is really weird. I'm not good at console shooting aiming. Oh, never mind. So some Hartman rooms you can't save in. If she's not wearing her maid costume, you can't save. For some reason. That's just because, I don't know. But I can actually show you how you level up characters. If I remember how to do this correctly. Alright, so we have to transfer our blood. into serums so we can level up our characters.
Later.
And to give him some waver and power. The only reason why I use the Khan again is because he's a pretty safe character just to use, so I just use him. The enemies are called smiles, so there's different types of smiles that you have to go in and defeat. And just the idea of them, just really weird, creepy. But they also have like a goofiness to them as well, so. Like the idea of them is just creepy, but the way they act is really goofy. Yeah, we got double critical. Oh, and we have that guy. So that tiny one is just pretty much a flashbang for us. Ain't that pretty wicked? So this was written and directed by pt.1, so he has a really weird way of telling stories, I guess. So this was pretty much the game that like threw him into fame. And I think was the first game that he helped develop that was released outside of Japan as well. So there's Yu Hyun. I don't know Korean, so you can give him blood to give you a tip or a hint if you're stuck on a puzzle or something. As I've said before, it has survival horror elements, and that's because this game actually has puzzles that are like survival horror games, which we'll get into. With this creepy ghost kid in the way. So I was saying how much I really like this game just because of how unique it is, and like try to name a game off the top of your head that is like Killer7. Unless it's some weird indie game, you're not gonna really find games like this. And it kind of sucks because I want more games like this. I want more weird ass games. I get excited when I slit a guy's throat. I know that may be sick, but I do the best work in town. This is a report on the job. I'm sure you'll like what I have to say. I watched him like a hawk, so I think a hefty reward is in order. There are 7 in the Smith Syndicate. Dan Smith uses a large caliber revolver. Kaede Smith, who uses a large automatic rifle. Khan Smith uses 2 full auto pistols. Mask De Smith, who uses grenades. Kevin Smith, who uses knives. Coyote Smith, who uses a modified gun. Garshian Smith, who uses a small pistol. They are an armed force that rivals a small army. You wouldn't want to be on their bad side. In conclusion, it is in the interest of the United States to keep them around. There's no telling when they might come in handy. I'll be contacting you again, Jarny Gagnon. Is that a real name? Alright, so we get membos from carrier pigeons for some reason, just because. And just like any other survival horror, if you die, you have to start from your last save, so if you can't save, you get no checkpoint. They're such a weird enemy, but they're so goofy too. This guy has 2 spots. Never mind, it's the guy behind him. Nope, I'm the con, you can't kill me. This is why I like using the con. I love that noise. So here are all the puzzle elements working as well. I like this ghost. And he gave us the fire key. Or fire ring. Assassin should have better manners. I don't really need to tell you how weird this game is. I think he's actually talking about one of our personalities. So if I switch to, I think it's Coyote, he can actually pick locks. As I was saying before, each personality has a different ability. And we're all back here. Some shortcuts. We got Dark Souls shortcut. See, it's like something you would see in a survival horror game. So if it's whenever I think of survival horror, I do think of puzzles, so this fits in with it. I don't really think that new Resident Evil games are really survival horrors. Maybe Resident Evil 7 that's coming up could be something, but other than that, I think the original trilogy of Resident Evil games are true survival horrors. Resident Evil 4 I really don't count as a survival horror, but it's probably one of my favorite games to play. Maybe I just have to aim a little higher. It seems like I'm getting it more if I aim higher. I think this game really has a great balance between being weird and actually creepy. Like trying to be actually scary. Scary! But again, horror is pretty subjective, so if you don't think this is like spooky in any way, then you know it's not spooky to you, so And the atmosphere and the art direction of this game is fantastic. Well, you know what's not fantastic? The actual gameplay. But I think it's a good game. I think this game is a pretty good game. It's just, if you look at it not from a whole package standpoint, let's say you take away the aesthetic, the story, the like weirdness of it, and you just have the actual gameplay as is, you know, on rails kind of first person, you shoot the weak point kind of thing, it wouldn't be as good as it is. I'm actually gonna change to Coyote for a little bit. Let's say you, instead of having this skin of, you know, cel-shaded creepiness to it, and you take that away and put it as like a, you know, zombie game, it just wouldn't work as well.